He was actually a feral kitten.
The situation is a bit ironic for Debbie Cure. Instead of finding homes for her cats and dogs, Cure, who runs Happy Tails inside the factory at Franklin, is looking for a new home herself.
It's a little shocking. It feels like a little bit of a setback for us. We were just not in the position to be moving at this point.
Recently, Happy Tails was asked by the factory to vacate, a place they've called home the last 14 years. Cure says management gave them only 2 weeks' notice. The contract states they're supposed to get 90 days' notice.
We assumed that we would have 90 days to get out of the current location. That would give us enough time to find another spot. How this particular came down they wanted our space and they wanted it in a 2-week period with space down the hall as an alternative.
Jack Grant, operations manager with the factory at Franklin, didn't want to speak to me on camera, but did tell me, quote, "It's important to note that the factory owners are incredible animal activists and that Happy Tails Humane has been offered the equivalent of nearly $20,000 in free rent and utilities and equally compensated financially and relocated in a larger space extremely suited to help them reach their goal of having a facility that can house and care for dogs as well as cats." While Cure appreciates the financial support from the factory, she says having to move all the animals and kennels and surgery equipment twice is no easy task.
That equipment is very, very expensive equipment, and we have to have all of that dismantled. We've got 91 cats, so moving 91 cats down the hall and then having to turn around and move them somewhere else is a bit of it's a lot.
Since the interview, Cure tells me the factory is allowing her to stay exactly where she is, and she's very close in finding a new home for Happy Tails. Through all this back and forth, Cure believes both sides will come out better in the end.
A new place would allow us to be able to do more, to take in more, to help more. So actually, yes, it is, and it's something we've wanted to do in the long run. This is just kind of pushing it up a little bit for us.
Happy Tails is one of a handful of tenants recently asked to leave, and other store owners are getting nervous of what changes may be on the horizon for the factory. A little more than a year ago, the factory at Franklin underwent new ownership, which included billionaire Brad Kelly from Bowling Green, Kentucky. You know, the factory has always been unique, a community-driven complex with a variety of retail shops, restaurants, and music venues. The question is, will it stay that way?
Up here was offices and so forth.
Calvin Lehue, described as the father of the factory, bought the dilapidated property in the mid-90s just before it was going to be demolished. Lehue had a vision for the building. He says he didn't want a Kmart, Sears, or Dillard's here, but instead a community-based shopping area.
Downtown started dying up.
Lehue sold the factory last year to a group of investors, including Brad Kelly. He's not sure what they plan to do with the building, but believes they have good intentions to keep it as part of the community. Regarding any future changes, Jack Grant tells me, quote, "What the public can expect is the continued addition of fabulous retail and restaurants, as well as a variety of unbelievable musical events, and the addition of music and media businesses to support the entertainment and media industries. What that exactly means and when those changes will take place is anyone's guess." In Franklin, Nick Paranjape, Williamson Source.